So, welcome to another mini podcast of multiple personalities. I'm your host, Wolf Alexander, and it's yet another beautiful day here in the US of A. Things are happening. It's exciting. It's not in a good way, but it is exciting, and we do live in interesting times. So today, I would like to talk about reality and what it is and who's got it. So it turns out that quantum mechanics is now effectively in agreement with some ancient wisdom in a variety of ways. It may not be in every way, but there is a spiritual element which is being engendered by the science. It's being brought up more because what reality is, you and I, with our five senses, just don't really perceive what it is. And I remember Jim Carrey got up and he said, well, actually, I have had the privilege and the honor of playing the part of Jim Carrey, but I actually don't exist. And there's truth in what he says. I've experienced the many layers of my personality, which has been constructed over decades. You know, you could start with the DNA, and you can go back as far as you feel like it if you do 23andMe or something of that nature, and check out your ancestry. So you can go back and back and back, and everything has a certain layer of influence on a human being. And so taking in all those factors, what we are, at least what I am finding out, is that reality is based on, my reality is based on my emotions and my subconscious more than it's based on anything else. My intent, my strong emotions are subconsciously projecting into my field, my quantum field, basically, which is, we're talking about energetic, vibrational, and frequencies. And Nikola Tesla, Max Planck, they were on this idea quite a long time ago. And it turns out that the alchemists were also onto it. And the ancient wisdom of Buddhism, of Hinduism, Confucianism, the Tao, these many ancient wisdoms which have said, look, reality is not what you perceive with your five senses, and we, being kind of unconscious, are creating a lot of suffering. The many subconscious, let's say, authorities all across the globe, the people who desire power. It was Frank Herbert, the author of Dune, and who once said that power attracts the corrupt, because it's always a question as, why do you wish to be in control of anybody but yourself? And there are reasons why such people need control. I won't go into all that psychology at this point, but Carl Jung said that we actually are unconscious entities looking to become conscious, and that the whole sort of exercise here is based on that idea. It's compelling stuff. But in any case, so what do we do about global totalitarianism, which is going on here and there across the planet. What do we do about it here? And this is what my friends and I have decided is happening. I call it a meta concert. Don't confuse it with Zuckerberg and Facebook. A meta concert. That is, let's gather, and we are gathering, as many musicians and artists and writers and storytellers and scientists, philosophers, people who love and respect life itself and the planet. All are welcome, but we are going to play music and we're going to talk about what's happening. And the main focus is an end of warfare as diplomacy by other means, which was some very interesting way for, I think it was Clausewitz who said this, that great German strategist, military guy. But, diplomacy by other means. So, an end of warfare, an end of empire, because empire has to create, it has enemies even if it's not trying to create any. It's going to have them. All empires have, because the idea that someone has to be the top dog, power from above, and the rest have to serve that monarchy, or that any dictatorship you want to mention, and an end of ecocide. So an end of warfare, an end of empire, and an end of ecocide, because that's a good term for what's going on here. People can, the industrialists, the corporate people can deny all they want and put out alternative facts about climate change and all of it. Science is stupid. Believe in my science. And I think that there's also a cessation of corporate power as the leading governance on the planet. So when you combine capitalism and corporate hierarchy, you get what you get. And that's the tattoo parlor you don't want to go into. So this concert, we'll talk about all these things. We'll talk about what we want also, which is a peaceful existence where all human beings and all life on this planet can become the best version of itself. There's nothing wrong with that idea. There's nothing wrong with the idea of freedom and people making up their own minds without having a central authority or a power authority above any of us. And so this concert, which can take place starting next year, I hope to have the first one up and running. We're going to need support. We're going to need money. I'll do a GoFundMe thing or whatever I have to do, but it's going to happen, and it can happen in various places around the world. I think the first one should be in the cradle of human life, which is Africa, and so the first one to be in Africa, and they can be and will be in locations around the world. So this is the call to all of the musicians and artists and the creative people, the lovers of life, the truth tellers, to get together and raise the consciousness of this planet and be the resistance to what is clearly a wrong-headed, short-sighted, unpleasant, and very destructive minority across the globe. These folks are our contrast. They are the negative, pushing the positive into action. That is my optimistic view of it. And I think I have to keep that view, and I have to be grateful that there is any possibility of being able to create and be part of a better world, a better place for all life here. And yes, I do include the animals, and just let's have an end to those things which we know are not good, which we know are destructive, which we know are cruel, which we know contain casual violence. The banality of evil is all over the place at this point. And so, if Jung is right, we could say that the unconscious folks are the ones who are in charge. And the ones who are looking to become as conscious as possible are the contrast to those folks, are being pushed by those folks. They are, in a sense, doing their job. Buddhism says that every human, every person, every entity, intelligent entity here has a Buddha nature. And but some have buried it. There has to be contrast on this planet for anybody to wake up and to understand. So again, this is the call for a meta concert here on planet Earth to project the energy across the planet and into the cosmos of love, compassion, empathy, and a caring for all life. Heed the call. Much love.